battle with the Minnesota Vikings. It's 3-0 versus 2-1. A good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4.
And it's a welcome back to health for last year's #1 pick. This is Dalvin Cook.
And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28. Yard line.
All right, now here we go. Oh. Spurs.
Cousins now on second down. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. Mark Barron not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Cousins. And he's going to go down again. Aaron Donald in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me just long enough for me to get there. That's exactly what happened on that play.
Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. A first carry now for Adrian Peterson. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Eric Kendricks in on the tackle.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a...
That's caught inside the 20. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. Goff finding Cooks on a big play. 51 yards. This will be the first red zone opportunity now for the Rams. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. From the red zone now, Goff looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Reynolds. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack?
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
14.
A shotgun snap for Goff. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And he'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard line.
As much football as we watch, we've seen this work many times. In the red zone, 1st down, take a shot at the end zone, and points result. In this case, though, give credit to the defense. They outguessed them, were prepared, and intercepted the pass.
Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Mark Barron in there to drop him for his second sack now here tonight.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. He got 29 yards that time.
Well, there's simply no sense in wasting a great catch like that on a short gain. Get downfield like you just did there and use it up that way.
No dink and dunk. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. On the stop was Aaron Donald.
I remember the first time I saw Dalvin Cook play in college. I was watching him on TV. Called a scouting friend of mine and said, "Who is this guy? He's special." And he said, "Dude, you're watching a home run hitter on the field."
Yeah, he was special in Tallahassee. Left Florida State their all-time leader in rushing yards and touchdowns.
Second down, Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Thielen with his first catch, and it's a first down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
Now, I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not their friend.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. They'll run it now out of the gun. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13.
Of course, last year, you think about Dalvin Cook's injury in Week 4 with a torn ACL, just hoping that he can stay healthy in 2018.
And if so, we'll see plenty of runs that will be big time in 2018. Because in 2017, he took over the starting running back job as a rookie and was off to a terrific start. In fact,
he rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Nickel Roby-Coleman. Accelerating, and off he goes. The 20, 10, and he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. And now out comes Minnesota. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
And complete. Right side, the tight end Rudolph. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27, and he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. And this defense looking like they have come to play. The pick 6, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visit. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski. That's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here.
Here we go, huh? Gun! Gun! Yes, sir!
Back to it after the pick six. Cousins. And Rudolph has it left side. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Steps away to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. 14 yards there on the pickup, and that'll make it second and short.
All right, now here we go.
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
I know a lot of times we like to put players in certain boxes. He does this and he does that. But this guy, he can do a little bit of everything. He's not just a lead blocker or a guy who protects the passer. Handing the ball, he might want to get out of the way.
And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now a second down throw for Cousins. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
When a linebacker's able to sit at the second level and see things develop in front of him, as soon as he got a hint that the quarterback was checking it down, he just made a beeline directly for the receiver and ended up making the play.
Now Cousins. Got his man on the comebacker. It's King. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a 1st down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Cousins now. And complete to Lewis over the middle. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal. Cousins going to come up on a 1st and 10, and he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. Now we've got movement up front, and I think this is going to be on Minnesota. That's going to set him back 5 yards. And they'll try again here, 1st and goal after the false start. Now Cousins. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. Here's 2nd and goal.
He's going to get it running right.
And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
He already has 2 sacks to his credit. Now another tackle for loss.
And you know how you can always identify who was supposed to block him? They're the ones helping up the person who just got knocked to the ground with the ball, right? Whether it's a running play or a pass play, they've got to figure out a way to slow him down. Maybe you chip him with a second guy. Maybe you just out-and-out double him. Maybe you make sure you take the ball and throw it as far away from him as possible. Because right now, he is wrecking things for them.
A bad time for a false start penalty as they're backed up now for 3rd and goal.
Cousins to throw it. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
DC.
They start the drive with Peterson. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Crashing in from the end there, not to disrupt the pass game, but to disrupt the run game.
Yeah, I love the distinction, too, because the good defensive ends, they can do it all. Set the edge in the run game, make sure that no one can move it that way, and, of course, rush the passer. On that play, use the speed to get there in the run game.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5.
12.
From the gun, here's Goff. This is caught. It's Cooks. 30. Past the 20. Touchdown, LA. Brandon Cooks, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Rams add on to their lead. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
And now out comes Minnesota. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder, puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Cousins now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10. To throw, Cousins. Throw left side complete. It's Lewis. And he's brought down. Officially a minute 54 to go in this first half. We're back to the City of Angels after this timeout. On 1st and 10, Cousins.
Complete. This is Lewis. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop, but that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a third interception in half number 1. On third down, Cousins. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. There's really no reason to change what they've been doing to this point. They've got the lead. They've looked good this first half.
I agree with you totally, and a lot of coordinators, play callers feel exactly the same way. Until you stop what I'm doing, why should I make any changes? But there are a few that kind of outguess themselves or try to outguess the opponent, and they try to consider what they would do to take things away and go to those plays right away. It'll be fun to watch when they get to the second half to see which way they go.
Yeah, but to this point, it certainly hasn't been broke. We'll see if they try to fix anything. Now a first down throw. Gone. Being chased out left. And this is incomplete. Cooper Kupp was his intended target. And that'll bring up second down.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Another timeout called by the Vikings now, as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Again, Goff. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. He'll wind up being stopped for no gain, and it'll lead to a 4th down. Now, they couldn't get anything going there out on the right side in the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. And out now come the Vikings. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
We're going, let's go. Where's your hot?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. Throwing is Cousins. Got his man complete over the middle. That's King. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 15 yards through the air and a first down. Throwing, Cousins. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. To throw is Cousins. Over the middle, complete. That's Lewis. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. So we come upon halftime here in Southern California with the Rams on top. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they? I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Super.
Throwing on 3rd. Goff. Flushed out right. Man open. It's Cup. He's got it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's the first catch of the game for Cup, and he's got a first down. Now a play fake here on first down. And Cooks hands it over the middle. And he's brought down after a good gain. He got 29 yards that time. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. They'll fake the give. Now Goff. That is caught at the 7. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. 23 yards on the play. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Flush to his right. And this is incomplete.
Appeared to me he was just trying to find an open receiver and got forced out to his right. Had to come off of a guy downfield, try to hit his back. Unable to connect. Should have been an easier throw moving to his right, though.
Yeah, much easier, obviously, for a right-handed quarterback. If he was going to his left, a little bit tougher.
Exactly.
He'll get it up the middle. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal.
17.
Now Goff on 3rd and goal. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days. Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Now Cook, and he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
If these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Cousins. Got his man complete over the middle. It's King. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 15 yards through the air and a 1st down. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. It's complete to Laquan Treadwell. That's 30 yards now in the last 2 plays, back-to-back 15-yarders, and they're rolling. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
On 3rd and 1, here's Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. A 1st down for Minnesota. Cousins finding Thielen.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Maybe a free play here. Cousins. He's going to air one out. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Had a nice move, but can't break away. Down just inside the 30. The tackle there by Mark Barron.
Right, didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Hey, we're good. Wait, hot.
Now we've got movement up front, and I think this is going to be on Minnesota. The false start hurts him there a bit, backs him up to 2nd and 9.
Hey, we're good. Lucky fish. Hey, flipper. Yellow.
On play action, Cousins. He finds Latavius Murray. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. 1st down, here's Cousins. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Aaron Donald in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Here's Cousins, and that is incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Out of the gun, Goff. Working the middle here, that's complete to Everett, the tight end. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. That goes for a gain of 31. Back now in Los Angeles. It's the Rams out in front here. They've got control of the football as well as we get set for the 4th quarter. On 1st down, it's Goff. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A huge play that time for the Rams. 51 yards. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Goff now looking to throw. And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground. He was looking for Cooper Kupp there. And now it's 2nd down. Down this close to the goal line, 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball 1st down. And
he takes it across for a Rams touchdown. Adrian Peterson scoring a touchdown against his former mates. And the Rams add on to their lead. And he's got it up and through. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. Just, I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Cousins now on 2nd down. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a 1st down. Cousins now to throw on 1st down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Stop shy of the 45. Showed off a nice little move on the play, though. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And that's caught inside the 35. A really nice gain of 25 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding goal.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
Again, it's Cousins. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Aqib Talib. And some room to roam now. There he goes left side. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. Oh, this is becoming tough to watch. I don't know that I've seen 3 pick sixes from the same quarterback in the same game.
And I know that many are going to scream at the coach about why did you let him stay out there to throw those. But truthfully, what are the odds that you're going to throw 3 pick sixes in a game? You want to leave them out there so they can work through some of the rough stuff.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. John Johnson with the INT. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Peterson as they begin on the ground. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
Four down, check.
They'll run it here with Brown. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And they're going to have a 3rd down. From the 50, it's Goff. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to let this go deep. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal.
Orange.
To throw is gone. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
They run, Cook, and it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Play action now, Cousins. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And he's got some space here. And they finally are able to take him down at the opposite 47. A big play there. Cousins to Thielen. 44 yards. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. On 1st and 10, Cousins. And now here is another interception. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Count them now, 6 interceptions between last week and this week. Now, the 3 picks last week helped them to a win. They're in the driver's seat once more.
And they're the ones that are doing all the leading, aren't they? Right? The 3 interceptions last week, that led to a victory. 3 interceptions so far in this game, that has them out in front. We often think of the offense driving things. In this case, it's the defense, not just holding teams, but creating big plays for themselves.
They keep it on the ground. Again, it's Brown. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line.
As much as I praise teams for being true to who they are, in this situation, I wonder if maybe they outguessed themselves a little bit. 3rd down, seemed like an obvious passing situation. They chose to run it and didn't get anywhere close to the 1st down.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards. A 1st down throw for Cousins. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. And down inside the 15 he goes. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here. As the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. From the red zone now, Cousins. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. As they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. To the air again, it's Cousins. Dancing to his left. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. Kirk Cousins hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. And he's able to put it through. Carlson now to kick this one away. And the Rams now coming out on the field. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.